Welcome back to another daily sports take. I hope everybody out there is doing well and staying safe, staying blessed. All of that good jazz that I've said, 100 times during this quarantine. But I really do mean it. There's a lot going on, and I just want everybody out there to stay safe. But sports talk must continue, so if you missed any of my other previous daily sports takes, be sure to subscribe to the channel and follow me on Twitter as well. So today I want to talk about Major League Baseball and how it could possibly return. Now, Major League Baseball and the players have been arguing back and forth for a little over a couple weeks now, trying to figure out how they can come back with equal pay, without taking too much pay away, without harming themselves and their family members. And so this situation has been tricky, but I've seen some articles and I've been talking to different people, and there are some things going on where I think the players union and the league will be able to come together to come to an agreement to get baseball coming and have games that actually count for the regular season begin somewhere in the middle of July. So yesterday, Major League Baseball sent a 67-page memo outlining all of the protocols that they want to issue in their first draft to the Players Union. So some of the highlights from that the Players Union might want to change are the fact that they are going to test players multiple times per week. Now, when you say multiple times, that could mean 2, that could mean 7, that could mean 10. They're not quite sure, so the Players Union has even already said they want it to be specified how many times per week they're going to be tested and in which way, because in the memo, Major League Baseball did say it could be the actual viral testing, it could be some blood testing for antibodies, it could be a saliva test. They're not sure exactly how they're going to do it, but they do want to make sure that they don't take too many tests away from the general public and the safety of the general public, but at the same time making sure all of their players are able to stay safe and be tested so that other players don't get infected if any other player does end up with COVID-19. So I like what they're doing there. They just need to define what multiple times per week is, because when you say multiple times, like I said, could be 2, could be 10. Nobody knows. Then as far as some of the clubhouse rules, well, one thing that the players actually don't like is the fact that they're not going to allow showers in the clubhouse. Now, players say they want to be able to take showers in the clubhouse, and quite frankly, I don't blame them. When you play long games and you have to go to a press conference or go home or whatever it is, sometimes it's nice to be able to just take your uniform off, take a shower, get clean, and get set for the next day. Now, Major League Baseball has their reasons for this, and it is to avoid more contact. Also, inside the locker room, they're going to make sure that lockers are 6 feet apart. So in spring training, where the roster will be limited to 50 people, if this proposal goes through, they will have all lockers 6 foot apart, and any remaining players that don't have a locker inside the locker room will be using other spaces inside the stadium that they could use that are potentially not used already for locker room spaces. So it'll be quite a change, especially for players a little bit lower on the echelon of the teams. I'm sure the star players are going to keep their lockers, but there's definitely going to be some changes there and some unhappy players, but it is what it is and how it's going to be. They're also only going to allow certain personnel, so that's cleaning crews. They'll only allow broadcast teams at home stadiums that could possibly broadcast away games either at the home stadium or at a local radio station, like in San Diego, 97.3 The Fan. They might actually be hosting the play-by-play broadcasters for the radio, Jesse Agler and Uncle Teddy there. That's just one example of things that Major League Baseball is trying to work out, is where to get broadcasters so they can broadcast all of the home and away games still. So that's what they're going with. They're saying they're going to broadcast at home, and on the away games, they're still figuring out where they're going to have their broadcasters do it. But broadcasters will not be traveling with teams this year. So next up, if you're wondering how this is going to play out, so now the Players Union has a chance to write somewhat of a counter argument or a counter agreement to what was sent to them yesterday in the 67-page proposal, and hopefully get an agreement with Major League Baseball with both sides compromising within the next week or so. And then also either this weekend or early next week, there will be another proposal talking about pay, because back in March when the season was canceled, players already agreed to have half their salaries cut in order to have a season still and play probably half a season, so it could be like an 82-game season. But now Major League Baseball wants more pay cuts, so we're not sure what that's going to look like, but we've already heard other players really don't want more pay cuts. They're already losing half their paycheck. Prince Fielder could become the highest paid player, and he hasn't played in 3 years in Major League Baseball this year because his contract is fully guaranteed since he's not playing and he has no right to have his contract cut in half. So it'll be very interesting to see how that comes out. I really hope that both sides are able to come to an agreement. I understand where the players are coming from. I understand where the owners are coming from. Hopefully both sides can understand where they're coming from and then come to a compromise in the next couple weeks so they can get another spring training going, because they did say they are going to have a second spring training in Florida, in Arizona, so teams will be back at their facilities, and then they can get the season rolling somewhere around mid-July is the plan, so they can wrap up the season by the end of November. So let me know what you think of these proposals down below in the comment section. I hope I was able to help break down that 67-page proposal for you just in a few couple quick tidbits so that you can understand what Major League Baseball and the Players Association are going through right now as they're trying to get baseball back on the field. So with that, be sure to subscribe to the channel and have a great day, everybody.